Welcome back all of you again. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you a very important topic of organic chemistry. It is called ring contraction, ring expansion, 1,2 hydride shift or 1,2 methyl shift. Right? So whenever beta a carbocation is formed now, so there are few possibilities that carbocation may undergo ring expansion, ring contraction, 1,2 hydride shift or 1,2 methyl shift. Right? So see, first of all beta, I'm write a general flow chart. This will help you a lot, right? Whenever a carbocation form, so this will help you a lot. Flow chart of carbocation. So just remember this chart beta. We are taking an organic molecule, right? This is organic molecule beta, right? So whenever we add beta an acid to this organic molecule now, so a carbocation will form. Whenever you add an acid beta to any compound now, so a carbocation obviously it will form. Okay. Then there may be possibility beta that carbocation which is formed earlier, right, that may undergo ring expansion or ring contraction in order to make it more stabilized, right? So whether it may undergo beta, you can say ring expansion, right, or whether it may undergo ring contraction. And what does it mean beta, ring contraction and ring expansion? It means ring expansions mean beta whenever we have a three-membered ring beta, right? So it will expand it, right, and it will undergo, you can say, four-membered ring, right? If we have a four-membered ring beta, so it will undergo by expanding five-membered ring, right? And if we have five-membered ring beta, so it may undergo expansion, it will convert into six-membered ring. So we can say this is the ring expansion, expand, right? And what is ring contraction? See, in ring contraction beta, what will happen? Whenever we have a seven-membered ring, na beta, so it may undergo six-membered ring, right? Why? Because beta, there is an order of ring stability. Means if we have three-membered ring beta, right? So it is less stable as compared to the four-membered ring, right? And four-membered ring beta less stable as compared to the five-membered ring, right? And we can also say five-membered ring beta will be less stable as compared to the six-membered ring. Okay, but when you move to the beta seven-membered ring now, just like this one, this is seven-membered ring, right? So seven-membered ring beta, you can say is less stable as compared to the six-membered ring, right? So whenever a seven-membered ring beta will form, right, so it will convert into six-membered. So we can say in this case, six-membered is more stable as compared to seven-membered ring, and five-membered ring is also more stable as compared to the five-membered. See, this is three-membered ring, this is four-membered ring, right? This is five-membered ring, this is six-membered, and finally seven-membered, right beta? Then beta, whenever you add an acid, right, to an organic molecule, so it will convert into carbocation, right? Then whether it may undergo ring expansion or ring contraction depending on the question, right beta? So after beta undergoing ring expansion or ring contraction, now it will undergo 1 to methyl shift, right beta? Either it may undergo 1 to methyl shift, or you can say 1 to hydride shift. Means both are the possibilities depending on your reactant beta. It may undergo 1 to methyl shift or 1 to hydride shift, right? So this is a very important flow chart beta. You can learn whenever you add an acid, so it will form a carbocation, right beta? And then ring expansion or ring contraction take place, right? And then finally it may undergo 1 to methyl shift or 1 to hydride shift. One more thing, if there is no possibility beta, let's suppose there is no possibility of ring expansion of or ring contraction, then finally beta carbocation you can say will undergo directly to the 1 to methyl shift or 1 to hydride shift, right? So and this is the stability order, you can say. Cyclic rings, okay? And this is stability order beta due to what? Due to we can say ring strain, right? If in the ring beta more is the ring strain, right? So it will be less stable. Means you can say ring strain is directly proportional to unstability, right beta? Means more the ring strain, lesser will be the stability. See, I can write, and there is a formula beta by the use of which you can calculate ring strain, and this is 180 minus 360 divided by beta n, right? And where this n is n representing number of carbon atoms present in the ring. Okay, so see, if I take 3-membered ring beta and just calculate the ring strain, okay, in this case, so just put this formula 180 minus 360 divided by n. So in 3-membered ring beta, how many carbon atoms are there? 3, right? So just write down 3 here, right? So this will get cancelled out, 120, right? So this will become 180 minus 120. So in this case beta, the ring strain is what? 60 degrees. So you can say in this case this angle is beta, this angle is of 60 degrees, right? Now move to the 4-membered ring. Okay, in this case there are 4-membered ring, there are 4 carbon atoms. So ring strain will become beta 180 360 divided by now 4. So this will become 390. So in this case 180 minus 90, right beta? So in this case angle will be 90 degree. This angle will be of 90 degree. Okay. Then calculate for 5-membered ring beta. This is 5-membered ring. Okay. So in this case 180 minus 360 divided by 5 beta, right? So this will become 7, right? And then 1, so this will become 2. So in this case 180 minus 72, so this will be 108 degrees. So in this case beta, the angle will be of 108 degree, right? So as you can see beta, as you are moving from 3-member to 4-member and then 5-member, the angle between the ring is increases, right? So the angle as the beta between the ring increases, so you can say it will become more stable because the strain between the ring is decreases, right? So in this way beta, we can also calculate for 6-membered ring. Finally, this is 6-membered ring. So 180 minus 360 divided by how many carbons? 6. So this will cut 60, and in this case beta 180 minus 60, finally 120 degree. So in this angle of 120. Okay, so on the basis of this beta, we can conclude the six membered will be more stable ring as compared to the five member, then four, and then get it. So this is the stability order of the ring. So whenever in this case beta, whenever you add an acid, right, so carbocation will form. First, it will undergo ring expansion or contraction. If there is no possibility of contraction or expansion, then it will undergo 1,2 methyl shift or 1,2 hydride shift. Okay. So now see, I'll explain you these beta by taking few examples. Okay. See, this is the first question. So in this case, the reactant is beta taking HCl, hydrochloric acid. Okay. So see what will happen in this case beta. We know this HCl is acid beta. So it will produce H plus ion. You can say furnish H plus ion in the solution, right? Now see, this is act as an electrophile. We know H plus ion is act as electrophile, right? And the double bond will act as beta nucleophile, right? So this double bond beta you can say will attack to this H plus ion, right? Now it will convert into a carbocation. Okay. Now see, there are two possibility beta. So that this hydrogen will attach to the first carbon or the second carbon, right? So beta, it will attach to first carbon atom. Why? Because it will create a more stable carbocation. That is secondary carbocation, right? So यहाँ I can add simple H in this case. So I can write here simply H plus. Okay. This is secondary carbocation. Okay, if you add beta this to second carbon na, so it will form primary cation. So we will always, we know the stability of carbocation is secondary is more stable as compared to the primary, right? So you can say in this case the H plus ion will attach to the first carbon. Okay, now this will form. To see beta, according to this chart, flow chart, now carbocation is formed, right? So now we have to see whether there is a possibility or not of ring expansion or ring contraction. To see, the second step is it may undergo ring expansion or ring contraction. So see beta, this is form four membered ring, right? And we can see beta very clearly here if this carbocation is formed in this case, right? So if I expand this bond here, right? So it will beta convert from four member to five membered ring. I can say na, or you can say just it's up to you. You want to break this bond or this bond. Okay, both the bond you can easily break, right? So let's suppose I am just breaking this one so that it will be more clear to you, right? So this will convert into beta C, this bond. Okay, now there is this kind of bond. Okay, now this bond is break beta. This one is break, and it will attach to this carbon. Okay, and just break this bond, and this will attach to this carbon atom. So now beta, a positive charge will create on this carbon atom, right? Because this bond is break from this carbon atom. So here you can say a possibility, right, of formation of one more increase, right? So in this case there will be a positive charge, right? Now I can also write better this ring in a simple way. This is five membered ring, right? We can just count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is five membered ring beta. So I'm just simply write in symmetrical way. This is five membered ring, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this will not be 5. This is the 5 carbon. Okay. Now see beta, just add one methyl group here. This is methyl group. Okay. And a carbocation. So if you start from this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So see beta, on first carbon atom beta there is a methyl group, that is this one bond, right? And on the fifth there is a positive charge. So I'm just writing this carbocation from here. Okay. So this is the second step after the formation of carbocation, right? So when we add HCl beta to this, a carbocation is formed, then it may undergo ring expansion or ring contraction. So there is a possibility beta, it can expand. So it will convert, you can say expand cell from 4 member to 5 member. Why? Because we know 5 member rings are more stable as compared to the four membered ring, right? Now again see the chart. After beta ring contraction or ring expansion, so in this case we have done ring expansion. Okay, now finally we have to see, we have to check whether there is a possibility or not of 1 to methyl shift or 1 to hydride shift. Okay, so let's see, is there any possibility? So see beta, there is a, this is a carbocation in this case which is from, I'm now just writing again this structure because now there is no use of this numbering. Okay, now see beta, I can write here at this bond beta there will be a hydrogen atom, we know, because to fulfill the tetravalency of this carbon atom, right? So beta, as you can see, this carbocation is formed here. So this is first carbon atom and this is second, right? And there are beta one hydrogen atom is present and one methyl group is also present. So there is a possibility of it may undergo 1 to hydride shift or 1 to methyl shift, right? So now we have to select beta, it may undergo 1 to hydride or 1 to methyl shift, right? So see, if beta it may undergo 1 to hydride shift now, then this carbocation is now what? This is secondary carbocation. Okay, and if it will undergo beta 1 to hydride shift now, let's suppose in this way. Okay, so it will convert into from secondary to tertiary carbocation. Getting my point? See, in this way, it will convert into from secondary to beta tertiary carbocation. See, this hydrogen will attach to this carbon, right? And there will be a positive charge. Now see, this carbon beta, this carbocation is tertiary carbocation, and we know tertiary are more stable as compared to the secondary. So obviously in this case it may undergo 1 to hydride shift. So I can write here undergo 1 to hydride shift, right? But it will not undergo 1 to methyl shift. Why? See, there is a possibility it may undergo also 1 to methyl shift, but beta by doing so now again it will convert into secondary carbocation. See, if it will undergo 1 to methyl shift now, so what will happen in this case? See, this methyl beta, you can say, will transfer there, right? So it will create, the methyl group will attach to this carbon, right? And it will form the carbocation here, right? So see beta, this structure and this structure actually is same. So again after 1 to methyl shift now, again secondary carbocation is formed. Okay, so this thing beta we have to choose, we have to check if there is a after tendency, after you can say undergoing 1 to hydride or methyl shift, right? More stable carbocation is formed in which case. Okay, so in this case by undergoing beta 1 to hydride shift now, it may undergo from secondary to tertiary carbocation. Okay, so this reaction will not take place. Okay, now see, this is the tertiary product. Okay, tertiary carbocation. Now what will happen beta in this case? Finally the last step, the Cl minus ion that is present in the solution, this will undergo nucleophilic attack and it will attack to this carbocation beta, and the final product will form this. This will be the final product. Okay, so beta you have to just learn this chart. Whenever carbocation is formed, it will undergo ring expansion or ring contraction always. Then it will undergo 1 to methyl shift or 1 to hydride shift. Okay, fine. Now see, I'm giving you another example. Now we have this molecule. Okay, again we are adding HCl. Okay, beta. Now again the H plus ion will release, so this double bond will attack here, right? Now in this case again you have to find out beta, this is carbon 1 and 2. So on attacking 1 or 2, in which case more stable carbocation will form, right? So obviously it will attach to the first carbon so that it will create a tertiary carbocation, right? So this will be the carbocation that is formed. Okay, by attacking to the first carbon. So this tertiary carbocation is formed. Okay, now see again there is a possibility of rearrangement, right? In this case, so ring expansion. So this is why, because this is 4 membered ring. So there is a possibility it may expand, right beta? So after expanding again, it will convert into again a 5-member ring in this way. Okay, and if this bond will break beta from there, this carbon atom, so here a positive chain will positive charge will create, right? So this carbon will form, right? Now see beta, after rearranging this the ring expansion, in this case this is ring expansion, the tertiary carbocation beta is converted into secondary carbocation, right? After ring expansion, now it has been converted into secondary carbocation, but we know tertiary are more stable as compared to the beta secondary. So still, why we are doing this expansion, right? So the see beta, what's the reason behind this? Because beta, after undergoing na ring expansion, yes, it will undergo, you can say, ring expansion, and it will convert into secondary carbocation, which is less stable as compared to the tertiary. But beta, there is another, you can say, another possibility, so that it can another, you can say, there are two methyl group na, and this is carbon 1 and this is 2. So it may undergo beta, in this case 1 to methyl shift, because there is no hydrogen, right? So it will undergo 1 to methyl shift, because there is no carbon at, you can say, hydrogen atom. There is one hydrogen, but it will not undergo again, because if you beta undergo 1 to hydrogen shift in this case na, so again secondary carbocation will form. So this hydrogen will not undergo 1 to methyl shift, okay, hydrogen shift. So in this case 1 to methyl shift beta will occur, right? And so what will be the product? See, the methyl group come here, right? And this is another methyl group, and a positive charge come here, setting after 1 to methyl shift, right beta? So again see beta, it is converted into, so one more thing, can do one more thing beta, this may can say create confusion to you, so you just convert this into similar structure, okay, simple structure, symmetrical. So this is 5-member ring as we have done before. So this kind, like I can write, okay, similar kind. So now I'm just representing this way, so just move this, both are the same structure actually, so this will be more easy to understand, right? So this methyl group will undergo 1 to methyl shift beta, right? So it will undergo methyl shift and converts into this methyl group, 1 remain here, 1 come here, and there is a positive charge. Getting my point? Means a carbocation is formed, then it will undergo ring expansion because there is a possibility, then it will undergo 1 to what, methyl shift, right? Now finally beta, the Cl ion that is present in the solution will attack to this carbocation. So in this case, this will be the final product. Okay, this will be the final product. So always remember, whenever a carbocation is formed, then ring expansion or ring contraction will take place. Then rearrangement, just like 1 to hydride shift or 1 to methyl shift. Then nucleophilic attack will take place, and finally the product will form. Okay. Now these are the two examples of ring expansion. Now come on to the beta another example. That is third. In this case, I'm taking this molecule. This is an alcohol, right? Cyclic alcohol. And in this case, beta, I'm adding again HCl, right? So again, HCl will furnish H plus ion, right? And we know in this case, beta, this OH ion, the lone pair of electron that is present on the alcohol group, right, beta, on oxygen, they will act as nucleophile and it will attack this H plus ion, which is acting as an electrophile, right? This OH ion, you can say OH group is acting as a nucleophile, and this H plus ion is acting as electrophile. So this will attack this carbon, hydrogen, sorry. So now see what will happen. So in this case, I can write this H, and this H2 will to hydrogen, another hydrogen atom will attach to this oxygen, and it will get a positive charge. Okay, it will get a positive charge. Now see beta, this is 7-membered ring, right? This is 7-membered ring. You can easily count the carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7-membered, right beta? And we know 7-membered ring beta is more stable as compared to the 6-membered ring. We know now, as compared to 7, 6-membered ring are more stable. So again see, there is a tendency of ring contraction or not, right? So see, now beta, actually this OH2 plus ion, you can say ion will form, right? So it will, you can say, act as a leaving group, right? And from this water will ring. Okay, so it will convert into simply a carbocation. This is the first step. So here a carbocation will form. Okay, now just see, there is a possibility of ring contraction or not. Yes, we can see clearly better, there is a possibility of ring contraction. See, if this carbon undergo ring contraction beta, and it will attach to this carbon atom, right? So it will convert from 7 to 6-membered ring. See how this is like. So this will form this like structure, right beta? This again, this will get a positive charge, right? So I can simply write this structure in this way. This is 6-membered ring. So I can simply write this 6-membered ring, right? And there is one ethyl group having positive charge. This is the similar structure. Okay. So in this case, beta, it will undergo ring, not expansion. It will undergo ring contraction, right? So by doing ring contraction beta, it is converting from 7 to 6-membered ring in this case. Okay, now the first step is done beta. After formation of carbocation, ring contraction has been done, right? Now see, there is a possibility of 1,2-methyl or 1,2-hydride shift. Okay, now see beta, again there is a one carbon atom, sorry, hydrogen, right? If we, you can say, undergo this hydrogen to attach here by undergoing 1,2-hydride shift now. So this is secondary carbocation, and by undergoing beta 1,2-hydride shift, it will become tertiary, right? So it will undergo 1,2-hydride shift. See what will be the, and it will get a positive charge here. Okay, now finally the final step, Cl minus will attack here, and this will be the final product. Okay, so this is the example of ring contraction. So in this case, after the formation of carbocation beta, it will undergo ring contraction. Why? Because there is a possibility that, so that 7-membered ring can easily form 6-membered ring. Why? Because it is more stable as compared to the 7. Then finally 1,2-hydride or 1,2-methyl shift will take place. So in this case 1,2-hydride shift will take place, right? And then final nucleophilic attack. So this will be the final product. Okay, now see one more example. Now in this case I'm taking this 3-membered ring. Okay beta, again HCl, right? So again it will furnish H plus ion. This double bond will attack this H plus ion. So it will create a more stable carbocation again. So hydrogen will get attached to this carbon, right? And it will create a positive charge here. Okay. Now see beta, again there is a possibility so that this 3-membered ring beta will get expand and convert into 4-membered ring. So in this case we can say ring expansion will take place. And it will convert into, in this case beta, after 3 2 it will convert into 4. You see, in this similar way I'm just representing you, then I will convert into final structure. So this bond will break here, so it will attach to this carbon atom, right? There is 2 bond. So if this bond will break better, so it will get a positive charge here, right? So I can write here positive charge. So now just write this one. This is 4-membered ring, so I can write down this way, and 2 methyl group on 1 carbon atom, right? And there is 1 positive charge, so I can write here. Okay, now the first step beta, has been done, means ring expansion is done, right? Now see, it may undergo 1,2 methyl or hydride shift. So see beta, there are two methyl group, so there will be no hydrogen, so it will undergo 1,2. Again this is 1,2 methyl shift. So what will be the product in this case? See, after undergo 1,2 methyl shift beta, this methyl group come here, second one is here, and there will be a positive charge. Okay, now finally the Cl minus ion will attach to this carbocation, and this will form the final product. I hope is it clear? It is clear to you, all of you, right beta? Now see one more example. This is last example discuss with you. There is an OH, and instead of beta HCl na, in this case I am taking H2SO4. Okay, so again H2SO4 beta will furnish H plus ion. Now in this case this OH group will attack this H plus ion, and it will convert into this H2 plus. Now I'm writing beta directly H2O, right? So this will act as leaving group. In this case water will remove from here beta. You can say minus H2O, and it will form there is a positive charge. Okay, now see this carbocation is tertiary, but still beta there is a possibility of ring expansion, so it will undergo ring expansion. Okay, so it will undergo ring expansion. So by doing so beta will convert into 6-membered ring. Now beta I'm directly writing 6-membered ring, right? So it will get attached here, so there will be a positive charge here. This carbocation will form. Okay, now see after ring expansion beta, is there any possibility of 1,2 methyl or hydride shift? Yes, there are two methyl groups. This is 1 and 2. So again 1,2 methyl shift will occur. Methyl shift, right beta? So this will the product. After doing so, the methyl group will come here, and there will be a positive charge. Okay, now see beta, in this case we are taking sulfuric acid, so the counter ion will be not Cl minus. In this case it is, you can say, HSO4 minus. Okay, and being a bulky group beta, this will act as not act as a nucleophile. In this case beta, it will act as a base, right? So it will abstract a proton. Okay, not act as a nucleophile, because it's a bulky group, and we know a bulky group will act as beta base, not as a nucleophile. So see, in this case there are again two hydrogen, either this one or either this one. So it may abstract beta this hydrogen and this hydrogen also, right? Now beta, here we have to see this Zatzaf rule, right? So according to Zatzaf rule, you can say a Zatzaf rule, we know the more alkylated alkene will be formed, right? Means that alkene beta that has more number of methyl groups, yeah, alkyl groups similar, right? So in this case, this, you can say, bisulfate group beta will not abstract this proton, it will abstract this hydrogen, right? So when this you can say abstract this proton or hydrogen, so this bond will come here and it will convert into this alkene. This will be the final group. Okay, why not abstract beta this hydrogen? Because after abstracting this hydrogen, so this alkene will form this one, and as you can see beta, this alkene is less substituted as compared to this one, right? Because in this alkene there are, you can say, 4 carbon atoms or 4 methyl groups. See, there are 2 methyl groups, this CH3 and this CH3, and there are 2 CH2 groups, this CH2 and CH2. But in this case, to this carbon atom beta, one CH3 group and there is one hydrogen and one CH2 and there is one CH. Okay, so in this case we can see clearly beta this is more alkylated, means they are more alkyl group or more carbonate attached to this carbon carbon double bond, right? So according to Zatzef rule, yes, Zatzef rule, you can say more alkylated alkene will form as major product. Okay, so this will be our major product. So instead of you can say act as nucleophile beta, it will act as a base and it will extract a proton. So in this case, your alkene will form. Okay, and the similar reaction beta will also takes place if you take sulfuric acid with any one of these reaction, right? You see, if I take one more example, last, this is last. So in this case, but I'm taking sulfuric acid again. So it will furnish H plus ion. So it will attack here. So it will form again a more stable carbocation. It is tertiary carbocation. So again it will undergo ring expansion. So now I'm finally writing the product. This 5-membered ring will form beta, right? And it has two positive, two methyl group, and it will get positive charge here after breaking this form. I can write simply here, right? So beta here again there is a possibility of ring expansion. There is a possibility of 1,2 methyl shift. So it will undergo 1,2 methyl shift. So this will form this carbocation, right? Now there is this bisulfate group. So it will act as a base and it will abstract a proton. So see beta, there is a hydrogen or yes, proton. So beta this bisulfate group now abstract this hydrogen and it will form a double bond here. Okay. So this will be the in this case final product. This alkene will be final product. Not this proton will abstract. Why? Because again it will create, you can say, less substituted alkene. So this will be the major product. Okay. So this is all about beta ring expansion, ring contraction, right? 1,2 methyl shift or 1,2 hydride shift. So by the use of beta this simple, you can say flow chart. When you add an acid, right, the organic compound, a carbocation will form. So first beta it will undergo either ring expansion or either ring contraction. Then it will undergo 1,2 methyl shift or 1,2 hydride shift depending on the, you can say, reactant. Okay, and we know the 6 membered is more stable as compared to 5, then 4, then 3 according to ring, you can say, strain, right? So more the ring strain, more will be the, you can say, less stability, right? And if less of the ring strain, so more will be the stability. And you can calculate beta ring strain by using this formula. Okay, 180 minus 360 by n. So by doing so beta, you can easily form your. So I hope you like this video. If you like this beta, so please do like our channel and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching this.